Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's Vlogmas, I thought we would go ahead and end 2017 on a high note with all of my makeup favorites from the year. So if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Alex and I'm wearing a very sparkly dress for New Year's. How pretty is this? It's from Prem. I'll link it down below. I feel very like Britney with my straight hair and my toxic vibes, bodysuit vibes. So anyway, as you know, I literally wore so much of the same makeup over and over and over this year. So I thought I would go through and show you absolutely everything that I wore numerous times. It was a part of my everyday routine. So grab a snack, it's gonna be a long video and I'm really excited to share all of my faves from the year. So I'm gonna kind of go through the way that I do my makeup every day and show you favorites for each kind of step. And I will link everything down below if you want to shop it and just make it easy, do it at home on your couch. So I'm also sorry my voice is a little bit wonky from my never-ending winter cold. Never ending. So let's go ahead and start with primers. I had 3 primers that I wore the entire year, like the entire year. So the first one is super affordable. I've repurchased probably 3 times throughout the year. It's the MONAY Prime Shield. So I'm primarily oily. I don't get super dry, so I don't know how these would work for dry skin. I do think this one would, so we'll talk about that in a second. But if you're oily, if you have big pores and you just need a lot of shine control, a lot of smoothing, this one will be great. It's at the drugstore, it's like around $10, but it's a favorite. My makeup lasts all day, it stays smooth and matte. So this one I recently discovered maybe like a few months ago and I got sent it really randomly. It's the Bare Minerals Combo Control Milky Face Primer for Balance. So I do think you could use this if you're a little bit more dry rather than oily. I feel like this would work for everyone. It's weird because the formula kind of feels just like a watery moisturizer. Like you wouldn't think it would do anything, but my makeup lasts all day when I wear this and I don't get shiny. Like I look very natural when I wear it. So if you're like in between or a little dry or dry and oily, this is a great one. And then also if you are oily and you need pore control, shine control, this I fell in love with a few months ago, maybe like halfway through the year. It's the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Refining Primer. So it minimizes your pores, absorbs oil, mattifies you, and my makeup lasts all day when I wear this. It's so good. I'm almost out and I'm gonna need to buy another one. And a little bit goes a long way, so you'll get your money's worth. I have so many foundation favorites. Like I feel like this year was a year of really good foundations coming out. Like there were so many just kept coming out, and I kept trying them and loving them, trying them and loving them. So I have a lot of foundation favorites for the year. So this has been a favorite for over a year now, but I still loved it during the summer of 2017. It's the Kylie Cosmetics CC Cream. So like I love this because it's full coverage and it actually stays on all day. It's like the best CC cream I've ever used, but I would consider it more of a foundation, but I also love it because it doesn't feel as heavy and I can bring it with me to the beach when I'm wearing, you know, a light SPF, but this will give me coverage because it has SPF 50+. It's anti-aging, it's hydrating, but it's got that stunning full coverage foundation look, but it doesn't feel like that. So this is so good. And if you're dry or oily, whatever, this stuff is a holy grail. It will always be a holy grail. I'm sure you guys remember me loving the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. So good news for all skin types. They have one for oily skin and for dry skin. So I use the combination oily skin one. This stuff is amazing. It reminds me a lot of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which will be coming up. It's a great dupe for that. So if you need extremely long wearing, won't break up, will not get shiny, like all day foundation, this stuff is a favorite. I wore this like all year. And I finally added a pump, so life is good. I only fell in love with one stick foundation this year and I've tried like 3 or 4 the whole year. So if you're gonna get a stick foundation, this is the only one I personally would recommend. So this is the Hourglass Stick Foundation. It comes in a little triangle applicator. It's honestly so good and the application is so simple. The blendability on this is crazy. It's so good. This guy is awesome, worth the money. This was a favorite combo for months this year. Like I didn't change my routine. So as I briefly mentioned, Estee Lauder Double Wear, holy, holy, holy grail forever and ever. This is probably my favorite foundation of all time. I'll always go back to this. I'm the color 2C1. This stuff stays in place all day. Like I think I wore it once for like 16 hours and it looked flawless. Like, this stuff is incredible. So long days, oil control, everything you need, full coverage. I can't rave about it enough. Like, I really have no other words. It's just an incredible foundation. Love it. So this was my favorite foundation of the summer. It's the Dior Skin Air Flash. This one's definitely more pricey, but it's like kind of like that spray can one that was kind of popular. So I only have this one in my summer shade in 400. So I wore it all summer when I was tan, but I really do want to buy it in a more pale shade for the winter time. But I really love this. The application's really easy. You can spray it on your face, on the brush. It has really nice coverage. I would not say this is like super oil controlling. It's like kind of medium, but it gives a really natural finish. It does wear well, but if you need a lot of oil control, make sure you use other products to kind of, you know, make sure your T-zone and all that is good. But overall, it's a really good foundation. So if you're more dry or medium combination, I would give this a try. It's really good. And it's like just kind of fun to spray your face. I just spit everywhere. So my last two favorite foundations of the year are these two new products, the Huda Beauty foundation and the Fenty Beauty. So it was kind of a toss-up for me for a while because I love both of these, and everyone was asking me, which one do you like more? Which is your favorite? And I'm like, I have no idea. I honestly love them both. And towards the end of the year, I'm sorry, my voice is like really not sounding cute right now. Towards the end of the year, I started to wear these together because the Huda one is a little bit lighter than my Fenty, and I love the way they look together. If you have both, try them together at home because it's amazing. So the Huda Beauty one is the one I'm wearing today. It just has a really natural, pretty finish. And the Fenty one is a little bit more mattifying, but it tends to oxidize on me a little bit. Like a few hours after I wear it, it's a little bit darker. So together, they look awesome. And I just love these foundations. I love them together. But I can also wear the Huda one on its own. But I like the Fenty one. I just have to blend it well down my neck. I probably just need a lighter shade, but favorites. I have a few favorite concealers that I wore the whole year. I think first and foremost, I used the Maybelline Age Rewind like all year, probably even before the year. This will always be a favorite. I feel like it's just an OG, awesome concealer. They have ones for dark spots on your face and ones to brighten under the eyes. So I have the under eye brightening one. So it just comes with a little sponge tip applicator, which is so simple. You just twirl it up, put it on your face. It's really, really easy. It also works as a great eyeshadow primer. So this will always be a favorite. I also fell in love with Shape Tape. I really need to get a darker shade because it's really light. It only works when I'm at my fairest. I have the shade Fair, which is the lightest color. But guys, if you haven't caved in and tried the Shape Tape yet from Tarte, it's life-changing. It's like the best concealer. It blends out extremely well. It just looks beautiful. I want to get it in a darker shade too to contour with. I'm obsessed with it. And it just like lasts long. It looks really good. It looks natural, and I don't know what it is about this formula, but like it's definitely worth the hype. And lastly, probably the last 4 to 5 months, I've been using the, maybe, is that about right? I don't know. The Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Hated the foundation. I do not like the Born This Way foundation. It just does not work for my skin, but I love the concealer. I just think it looks really natural. It's really creamy. It blends out well. And I don't have any issues with it fading throughout the day. So these were my 3 favorite concealers that I use all the time. For my setting powder, you know I only have 2 favorites, and it's the Airspun Translucent Luminous and the Airspun Translucent Regular. So I fell in love with this a few months ago. The Luminous looks stunning to bake under your eyes with. So it's just got like a little bit of shimmer. It's more hydrating. And I don't know, it just gives like a really beautiful glow under the eyes. So I love this one to bake with under the eyes. And then I use the regular Airspun Translucent to set the rest of my face. So this is the holy grail. Everyone knows it. It's talked about on the internet all the time. I've talked about this before. I bought this at Walgreens in like middle school, like before I even watched YouTube, and it was on sale. It was in like the back on sale, really cheap, and I just needed some sort of powder for my face because I was always oily, and I fell in love with it ever since, and I've always been buying it, and I'm so glad the internet has caught on to it and everyone loves it now. You can get it on Amazon, Walmart, drugstores. It's really cheap. I honestly just buy it like in bulk on Amazon now. It's the best setting powder, no matter what your skin type. They also have different shades as well, but it's a favorite. So I have two favorite bronzers for 2017. I have a drugstore and a high-end. So as you can see, this has had quite a bit of use this year, and I think this was actually new at the beginning of the year. I repurchased this constantly. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzing Face Powder. I think I'm spitting or drooling. This is honestly like the perfect shade of brown, and to be totally honest, it's like the exact same color as Hoola. Like, I mean, maybe it's like a tiny bit warmer, but they're so similar. So I also fell in love with Hoola. As you can see, it's almost gone. That's why I bought the Hoola Cheek Parade. I will do my palettes at the end of this, my favorite palettes of the year. These are so good. They're my favorites. I don't know. I use these every single day, one or the other. Favorite bronzers. So I do have a lot of blush, but I only have 3 favorites that I tend to go back to because I love just like an easy rosy mauve color. I wore this a lot this year. It's the Tarte Party Blush. As you can see, I hit pan on it. It's like a really neutral, simple blush color. I just love it. It's easy. It blends into the skin well. And it looks very similar, it's also a little few dupes in here, to the Milani Romantic Rose Powder Blush. This is so good. It looks wicked similar to that too. So if you need a good dupe for that, for Party by Tarte, this one is great. Milani blushes are so good, and I don't hear people talking about them too much, but they're awesome. And then also a similar shade is Prism by MAC, but this one's a little bit more nude, so it's like really easy to blend into your bronzer. It's very natural, and I wore this a lot this year. This is not just like towards the end of the year, but the whole year. I remember I loved this at the beginning of the year, so I love these blushes. Finally, time to talk about highlighters. So of course, let's talk about my OG favorite, my inner corner highlight to the gods, Flexitarian by ColourPop. You already know what it is. Like, look at this. It's literally falling apart. It's practically gone. I need a new one. This stuff is heaven sent. If you want, oh god, I'm dropping a lot. If you want to beam, like this is the best highlighter. It's a super shock cheek color. It's extremely pigmented. It's very vibrant. If you put it in the inner corner and on your brow bone, it's just like glorious. And if you decided to take it all the way and put it on your cheekbone, it's stunning. And it like goes on really well with your finger too, because it's kind of creamy. It like almost feels wet, but it's not. And it's affordable. It's amazing. I feel like through the middle of the year, I really fell in love with Champagne Pop. I feel like everyone fell in love with it towards the middle of the year. I hit pan on it. I love this color. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's just a really pretty kind of rose gold highlighter. So if you haven't tried this yet, it is really good. I have a few from Becca. Their highlighters were amazing this year, and Champagne Pop was stunning. Towards the end of the year, I fell in love with Fenty Beauty. I love so many of the products. I'm wearing the color called Single of the Plush Matte Lipsticks from Fenty on my lips right now. But I love this. I hit pan on this one. It's Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I wear this highlighter almost every day, like for the last month or two. It's gorgeous. One shade is a little bit more subtle, the other is more intense, and I wear them together. It's a really awesome highlight set. But my favorite eyeshadow primer of the year has to be the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later primer. You guys know I got a sample of this and I bought it and I'm in love with it. It's my favorite eyelid primer. Don't ask me why, I just love it so much. It just works really well for me. So I wear that every day. I also use this almost every day. It's the nude kind of color I put in my waterline. It's the Cella Beauty Ivory Lace Highlighter. I think this is meant to like conceal eyebrows or something, but I use it in my waterline to make my eyes look bigger and brighter, and I've never had an issue with it. I wear it almost every day. I wore this the whole year, and you barely use any. It's great. So I love that like doe-eyed look. I have two favorite mascaras. For the whole year, pretty much, I was in love with the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This stuff is amazing. I don't know if it's the brush, I don't know if it's the formula, but it works incredibly well. Probably for the first half of the year, it's all I used, and I've repurchased multiple times. I also fell in love with this over the last few months. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. It's extremely similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I find it's exactly the same to me personally. A lot of people don't think that, but I feel like the brush and the formula is extremely similar. I use a lash primer beforehand sometimes if you have a hard time getting your lashes to stay up, but overall it gets my lashes really full and really long. So I loved these two mascaras. And lastly, over the last few months, I fell in love with the Stila Diamond Dust Liquid Glitter. I've been putting just a dash in my inner corners to make like a really kind of dramatic inner corner highlight. It looks kind of like disco. It's really, really pretty. So I love this. If you need a good liquid glitter, it also works great as a glitter base for like loose glitter, so it's super sparkly. They have other colors as well that I want to try out, but I love this stuff. I have a few favorite brow products. I kind of went back and forth between the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer and the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. I honestly love drugstore brow products. I also used Benefit's Give Me Brow as well, but I feel like I just constantly use these because I go through a lot of brow product and I can just run to the drugstore and pick up some more. So I honestly kind of prefer the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer because it's a little bit more like firm, so you can really have more control and it will last longer. But overall, I've been loving drugstore brow products this year. So I also have lip products, of course. So my number one favorite for the year, of course, you already guessed it. I know you guessed it. Velvet Teddy by MAC. I love this lipstick so much. It's just the perfect nude. It's like that nice, comfortable matte. Looks good on everyone. That's my favorite lipstick. I have repurchased this like 3 times throughout the year. I have one in my drawers, one in my purse. It's a favorite. You need it. It's so funny. You guys like will tweet me and be like, I finally got Velvet Teddy and I love it. For like the last month or two, I have been using this almost every day. It's the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper, and I want to say it's the color called Bare It All. It's a very, very comfortable plumping lip gloss. It doesn't burn, it doesn't hurt, and I feel like it actually works. And it's this gorgeous nude color, and you can put it on by itself, put it on top of things, but the claim to fame on this is if you wear it every day on your plain lips, it will actually like make your lips actually plumper within like a month or something. But it's a really pretty nude plumping gloss that I love. Of course, next we have Meet Matte Hues, The Balm. I love this liquid lipstick. It's the color called Committed. You guys know I've been wearing this for probably over a year now, but it was a favorite all 2017. I have repurchased. I love this. It's a really comfortable, long-wearing matte liquid lipstick. It's probably my favorite formula. And it's just so good. It has kind of like a minty smell. I just love this, and the color is gorgeous. My favorite red has to be this. I know it's towards the end of the year, but it's still 2017, so it counts. I have not stopped raving about this since I put it on my lips for the first time. It's the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the color Uncensored. It's the perfect red. It's the perfect red. And honestly, the longevity, the wearing power of this is wild. Like, I can eat and like barely any will come off. Like, it does transfer a little bit, but like it still stays, the color stays on your lips. I don't know how. It's not like it's staining your lips. I don't know. And it's very, very comfortable. It's not dry at all. So I love this. Please try it. It's so good. But before I fell in love with that, I have loved the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Monte Carlo. This is one of my favorite formulas, the Soft Matte Lip Cream. It's a very comfortable, soft matte, like a soft matte lip cream. And I love many of the colors, and it's very affordable. And my other favorite gloss of the year has been the e.l.f. Mocha Twist Plumping Gloss as well. I love the color. As you can tell, I really love nudes. You guys know me. That's just my personal favorites. And it's, again, a very comfortable plumping gloss. And I pretty much wear the two same lip liners every day because I'm always wearing nude colors. So of course we have Spice lip liner from MAC. It's a classic, it's nude, it's a little bit darker so you can get a nice defined lip. And then, which color is this? Share? I think this is Share. The color's worn off because I wear it so much, but I think this is Share from Cosmetics. Theirs is a little bit more creamy, this one's a little bit more firm, but I love these two colors. This one's a little more pinky, this one's a little more nude, but these are my two go-to lip liners that I wear like every single day. Okay, let's talk about my favorite palettes of 2017. For like the last few months, I bought this and I've been in love with it, mostly because my Hoola was about to run out. So I grabbed the Cheek Parade from Benefit, and it has Hoola, Hoola Light. I do like Hoola Light, but I tend to mix the two, so it's a little, you know, less intense but more intense than the light. I love the Dandelion blush. I don't honestly wear the two shimmery blushes very often, but I really love Dandelion. So this is great for travel as well because it has that nice big mirror. For the first half of 2017, I wore this palette almost every single day. It's the MAC Dusky Rose x9 palette. I got so much use out of this and I still love it. I actually wore it today to kind of like remember this palette because I love it. It has a good amount of shimmer and mattes, and it's just like a really pretty like nude rosy palette. It's like perfect Alex colors. I love like a nice nude with a little bit of a rosy vibe. I went through a huge phase this year where all I wore was this Cocoa collection from Kylie Cosmetics. I love this. I brought this to Florida. I wore it like all summer. This bronzer I hit pan on. It's a really, really good bronzer. It's nice and warm and it has like a little bit of a glow. So I wore it all summer and I looked very Khloe Kardashian, very glowy, and just bronzed up. And I loved this highlighter as well. I wore this a lot. I wore the blush. So I wore this on my face like all summer, and I honestly forgot how good it is. I decluttered my makeup drawer the other day, and it like brought all my old favorites back to me because sometimes things get pushed to the back and you just don't remember you have them. So I love this. I will definitely be wearing this again soon. Oh my gosh, this highlighter palette was sent to me somehow. I don't even know how, but I'm obsessed with it. You need this highlighter palette. It's the Sam Marcel Luxurious Highlight Palette and has a nice big mirror, but these highlight colors are insane. Like, they're the most pigmented highlighters I've ever seen. They're just like gorgeous. They're insane. I don't know what else to say. There's like pinky ones, nude ones, bronze ones, whatever mood you're feeling for that day, but this palette is an insanely good highlight palette. Okay, and I have one final palette for my favorite of 2017, my most used. Can you guess? Take a minute and guess. Say it out loud. Dun dun dun. You guessed it. You probably guessed it. The Tartelette in Bloom. Ah, this palette. I wore this all year. All year. All year. So many shades of Hit Pan. I just love this palette. I wore these in my crease every day. I wore these on the lid. I smoked it out sometime. I don't know. This is just such a favorite palette. I don't know why. I'm just in love with it. It's nude, it's pinky, it's purpley. It kind of just matched my eye color. It was easy to bring with me everywhere because it had shimmer and matte. I could smoke it out. I could go neutral. I wore this all year, start to finish. It's such a good palette. Like, I feel like everyone needs this. It's like so scratched and beat up, but it's just like totally my favorite. I don't think I forgot anything. I was gonna include the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray because it's my OG favorite setting spray, but I don't have any right now, so shout out to the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. But hopefully I didn't forget anything. If there's any favorite products that you think I used this year that I forgot, feel free to comment them. I might just be out of it and didn't see it in my makeup drawer and forgot to include it. But yeah, those are my favorite products that I used constantly all year long, my favorites of 2017. So feel free to comment down below your favorite makeup product. If you could only pick one, what was your favorite of the year? So welcome 2018. May we meet new amazing makeup. But thank you guys on a serious note for a really awesome year. I felt so much love from you guys this year. I went through so much this year. I'm going to be reflecting on it on the podcast. So make sure you go ahead and follow my podcast. It's returning probably the day you're watching this. It goes up every single Monday. It's coming back on January 1st, New Year's Day. It's on SoundCloud. It's really easy. There's an app you can listen to. It's free. And the podcast is called As Told by Alex. I'll have a link in the description box, but I'll be reflecting on the year there, getting a little bit more personal, doing interviews with my friends, with Alan, so make sure you don't miss it. But really though, thank you guys for being there with me throughout this year. I'll get more into it more there, but like this year has been so both hard and challenging, but also rewarding. It's been a ride. Like, if you've been there from the beginning, you know, and I share pretty much everything on this channel, and that sometimes makes things harder, but at the end of the day, I think it's better to share things with you guys because we can have like, you know, honest moments of like relating to each other, and we've been through similar things. We've all been through shit this year. You know, I moved back. I have been, you know, through a roller coaster of emotions and like school and relationships. Like it's been a crazy year, but I can honestly say that I'm ending this year on a super high note, and I'm really, really happy. I just had an awesome birthday and holiday season. I'm very much happily in love. My family and I are happy. I have awesome friends. I love my job. I love you guys so much. Like, I don't even know if you know, like, the smile you put on my face when I read your comments, or when you guys send me pictures of you, like, in the Fearless sweatshirts, like, when you guys tweet me something funny that you saw that reminded you of me, like, every little thing makes my heart, like, sparkle and glow, and I'm never gonna really understand how I got so lucky to find this job. Like, I didn't know this was even a thing, and I'm so, so thankful. I don't know if anyone is still here because I've been rambling forever. If you're still here, I love you even more, but I love all of you so much. I am like really excited to bring you guys a beautiful array of new things in 2018, and I hope you guys will be here for the ride. So yeah, that's all for my speech. But we'll come back and I'll see you guys in 2018. I feel like I'm saying goodbye, but it's like I'll see you soon. I'm going to take a very short break at the beginning of the year to get my life in order and get the content together for you guys and plan out some special videos. But feel free to let me know what you want to see in 2018. Send me a tweet. I'm always checking my Twitter. I would like to talk to you guys there. So yeah, I love you guys so much. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can join the Fearless family for 2018. Oh, that sounds so weird. That sounds so futuristic. All right, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.